Life has this strange way of making us believe that being surrounded by people equals happiness. We're taught that if we're alone, something must be wrong. Maybe we're not likable enough. Maybe we're missing out. But what if that's not true at all? What if solitude isn't an absence, but a presence? A presence so strong that most people can't handle it. When you strip away the noise of the crowd, the constant social pings, the endless need for validation, what's left? You. Just you. And that's exactly why many people fear being alone. Because when you're truly alone, there's nowhere to hide from yourself. No distractions, no masks. Just raw, unfiltered reality. But here's the twist. Loneliness and solitude are not the same. Loneliness feels like an emptiness you can't fill, while solitude feels like space you can finally breathe in. Loneliness drains you. Solitude restores you. Most people mix them up, and that's why they never get to experience the full power of choosing to be alone. When you master solitude, you stop chasing the crowd and start attracting what's meant for you. You're no longer desperate for approval or afraid of missing out. You see the world differently. Your priorities shift, your values solidify, and your life stops being about fitting in and starts being about becoming. And yes, this is where niche thinking comes in. Because when you know yourself deeply, you naturally find your niche in life, that unique space where your talents, values, and purpose meet. And it's often only in solitude that you can discover it. The thing about solitude is, it forces you to confront truths you might have been running from. When you're constantly surrounded by noise, other people's opinions, society's expectations, the pressure to always be on, you start losing touch with your own voice. And if you lose that voice for long enough, you might even forget it ever existed. But in the stillness, something happens. At first, it's uncomfortable. Your mind feels restless, like it's searching for something to fill the space. That's normal. We've been conditioned to escape ourselves at the first sign of discomfort. But if you can sit with that discomfort, really sit with it, you'll find that underneath it lies clarity. You start noticing what truly matters and what's just background noise. You realize how much of your life was built around pleasing others, chasing approval, or following trends that had nothing to do with who you actually are. That's when freedom starts to take shape, not as a sudden explosion, but as a quiet, steady expansion from within. And once you taste that kind of freedom, it's addictive. You no longer crave the same things you used to. You stop needing to be everywhere, to be everything for everyone. Instead, you choose carefully where you put your energy. You stop saying yes out of fear and start saying no out of power. This is where the transformation begins. Solitude isn't about cutting yourself off from the world. It's about engaging with it on your own terms. It's about no longer being pulled in every direction, but standing firm in the center of your own life. And that center, that's where your real strength lives. Freedom born from solitude changes not only how you see the world, but also how you see yourself. You begin to understand that the life you're building doesn't have to match anyone else's blueprint. You stop measuring your worth by how busy you are, how liked you are, or how many people approve of your choices. Instead, your life becomes an intentional creation. Every decision you make, from the people you spend time with to the way you spend your mornings, is guided by a deeper awareness of what truly nourishes you. You learn to value your mental space the way others value gold. And here's the paradox. When you become comfortable in your own company, your connections with others become richer. You no longer cling to relationships out of fear of being alone. You connect because you genuinely want to, not because you feel you have to. Your presence becomes a choice, not an obligation. And people feel the difference. In this space, loneliness transforms into something entirely different. It becomes a doorway, a threshold between the life you've been handed and the life you consciously create. Crossing it is not about abandoning the world, but about meeting it from a place of grounded freedom. So, the next time you find yourself alone, don't rush to fill the silence. Sit with it. Listen to it. There's a wisdom there that can't be found in constant motion. Because once you learn how to turn loneliness into freedom, you'll realize you were never really alone. You were simply on the path back to yourself. If these words spoke to you, like the video, subscribe, and join me on this journey back to ourselves.